We're diving deeper. We're going higher. I slept on it. It's the crack of dawn. And while it's still on my mind, I wanted to come back through and do a part 2 on how to access the collective consciousness, the collective subconsciousness, the collective unconsciousness. When we left off on the last video, I did not completely tell the truth. I said that I don't know how this works. I don't know how to access it. And that's not true, because all of the answers lies within each and every one of us. So the question was asked, how do we access the collective consciousness on purpose? And the answer was revealed that we're already doing it. If you're watching this video right now, you're accessing my consciousness on this subject. And if you saw the video, part 1 to this, you were accessing my subconscious, my unconscious, because I came to you out of the primordial darkness, right? I was in the darkness with the candles lit. You access the collective consciousness, subconsciousness, unconsciousness through reading a book. You could read a book from an author who is no longer living, or who is living, but you never met them a day in your life. Never, like, let me never think of a popular book. Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill has been a very influential book for me personally. I listened to it several times. I own a hard copy of it. I lent it to my son right now. He has it. I don't have it right here to show it to you. My son has it, but and actually, while we're on the topic of Napoleon Hill, he has this chapter. It's like his last chapter I think was on sex transmutation. One of his chapters is on mastermind group, like getting together. A mastermind group that you can share your dreams, your goals, your visions with, bounce ideas off of, that will encourage you and inspire you to obtain what it is you seek to obtain. And in one of the versions of his book, he went off script. Napoleon Hill went off script. I don't know if it was one of his live recordings, or was it one of the extended versions of the Think and Grow Rich book? But on one of these books, one of these sessions that I happened to ponder, like to fall upon, stumble upon, Napoleon Hill went off script, and he gave an example of how he created a mastermind group within his mind, within his subconscious mind, right, where he picked individuals that he admired, like presidents and wealthy business and men who he may have never met before a day in his life. Physically in the flesh. But he utilized the faculties of his mind in such a way that he was able to make contact right? He was able to make contact with these individuals that he admired with his inner eye, with his consciousness. And I remember him saying in this chapter, like, or in this discussion that I came across, that this topic, it gave him a little bit of pause to put this out there, to put this information out there, because at that time he didn't want people to think that, you know, he needed to be in a straitjacket in a hospital somewhere, like crazy, you know what I mean? Like, because he said he would have full-fledged conversations and he would draw insight from the energies of those individuals that he admired by tapping and touching minds with them in the subconscious, you know, because, and the reason why I'm being very specific about the levels of consciousness, because it's like 3 that I've come across. And maybe this is like the Carl Jung in me. The psychologist, I mean. There's a couple layers of consciousness. I'm going to tell you about 3. We have the consciousness. We have the conscious realm. We have the conscious realm that we are aware of and are able to see with our own 2 eyes, you know, to experience with our sensory organs in this physical plane. We go deeper. We have our subconscious that deals with imagery, sound, frequency, vibrations, resonance. Is running in the background. We're not consciously aware of it. We're not consciously, it's stuff we may not even pick up on from the first level, from the first layer of consciousness, but we pick up on it on the second layer, which is our subconsciousness. Then we go even deeper. And now we in like underworld territory, right? We in unconscious territory where we are asleep. We are dead to the world. Eyes are closed, right? Our physical eyes are closed. But somehow we have this inner eye that opens and we're able to see visions when we're dreaming. That's all I can say about that for right now. I think that's like a whole nother video. It's three, at least 3 levels of consciousness, right? At least 3. That's 3 I'm going to share for right now. For right now. And what I'm saying is that you have access to the collective. How do you access it? That's the point of this video. I'm like still half asleep. My voice is raspy. I'm coming to the way you access the collective consciousness, the way you access the collective unconsciousness, the way you access the collective subconsciousness is through awareness of it. Intention, it's like intention helps you to accomplish great feats. Or you may not even, you may get to a place where you're not even trying to do it purposely. You may get to a point where you have a question, you have a situation that you're going through in life, and you are in need of some aid and some assistance. And the people that are in your immediate circle at that particular point in time in your life, space, reality is of no assistance to you whatsoever. And you go deeper, you dive a little deeper, you dive a little deeper, and somehow, some way, from the ether, from the nothingness, you come up with something. You come up with an idea, a spark of inspiration, some type of insight. It is my belief that you may have tapped into the unconscious, conscious, subconscious right then and there, and didn't even realize it, because I've done that before too. Without even setting an intention, I had a question. I needed an answer to. I needed a solution, and Goddess bless my humanity, right? Because somebody else had that same question at one point in time, that same yearning, and sought to come up with the answer. And I can draw inspiration from that. I went a little bit wild, off course. Maybe it's on purpose. Maybe it's because the message needed to come out this way. I'm just doing my great work and making my contribution to the consciousness. I'm putting it in your awareness. You know, this may not be the most polished dissertation on this topic, but it's what I got right now. I planted the seeds, cultivating and bringing into fruition, experiment with it, refine it, make it work for you. I'm doing the very best that I can to provide some type of explanation here from the rational conscious mind, right? On another level, to help you to grasp this concept so you can tap into it and put it to use for yourself. And what I did is sufficient. I love you all. I know you love me too. We love we. I'm signing in, out, above, beyond, below, beneath, all around, underground, past, present, future, anywhere, everywhere, nowhere.